This month I'm looking at developing your leadership style. And like a number of coaching topics, that can sometimes seem a little amorphous. And so sometimes it's helpful to get the client to do a bit of pre-thinking before the session starts. And one way to do that is to share an article on the topic with them before, and then you can explore that article and their reflections on the article to start to give some shape, if you like, to the topic and kind of bring it to life. So the article, one of the articles anyway, that I like to look at in terms of developing your leadership style is an article, Why Should Anyone Be Led By You? It is an article based on a book by the same name, and the article's from Harvard Business Review. And it works based on the fact that research has been done against a number of inspirational leaders over the years by the authors, who've identified 4 characteristics of inspirational leaders. And they are to empathise passionately, to read soft data, to show some vulnerability as a leader, and also to capitalise on your uniqueness. And what I like to do with the client is then to explore each of those characteristics in turn and just see how they resonate with the client and how they feel they do against those 4 characteristics, and whether there's anything they need to do to possibly develop in those areas. I think what's important here is that how they choose to use those characteristics should be authentic to them, and that's where the conversation with the coach comes in handy in terms of whatever their uniqueness is or whatever vulnerability they may choose to share, because they may not want to share all vulnerabilities, for example. So the 4 characteristics are interesting. In terms of empathising passionately as a leader, it's about showing that you do care whilst not actually taking your focus off the actual task at hand. In terms of reading the soft data, it's becoming a sensor. It's about knowing when and how to act appropriately. In terms of vulnerability, it's about showing you're human. It's about showing that you're real. So having to think about what your vulnerability is that you might want to share, and be comfortable with showing that vulnerability to the people that you lead. And finally, your uniqueness. What is it that makes you stand out? What is it that you do which kind of helps build your brand as a leader? So they are 4 interesting characteristics from the article which are a good starting point to helping someone think through who they are as a leader and how they may develop their leadership style. So as always, if that's of interest, then please get in touch. I'd be very happy to discuss it with you further.